Canada will not send athletes to Olympic and Paralympic Games in summer 2020 due to COVID-19 risks.
Here's a summary of the article.
The Canadian Olympic Committee and Canadian Paralympic Committee, backed by their athletes' commissions, national sports organisations and the Government of Canada, have made the difficult decision to not send Canadian teams to the Olympic and Paralympic Games in the summer of 2020. The COC and CPC urgently call on the International Olympic Committee, the International Paralympic Committee and the World Health Organization to postpone the Games for 1 year, and we offer them our full support in helping navigate all the complexities that rescheduling the Games will bring. While we recognize the inherent complexities around a postponement, nothing is more important than the health and safety of our athletes and the world community. With COVID-19 and the associated risks, it is not safe for our athletes, and the health and safety of their families and the broader Canadian community for athletes to continue training towards these Games. The COC and CPC review the letter and news release sent Sunday by the IOC. We are thankful to the IOC for its assurance that it will not be cancelling the Tokyo 2020 Games and appreciative that it understands the importance of accelerating its decision-making regarding a possible postponement. We remain hopeful that the IOC and IPC will agree with the decision to postpone the Games as a part of our collective responsibility to protect our communities and work to contain the spread of the virus. Statement from Tony Walby, Chair, Canadian Paralympic Athletes Council. On behalf of the Canadian para-athlete community, we appreciate that the athletes' best interests are at the core of this position and fully support the direction of the Canadian Paralympic Committee and Canadian Olympic Committee to not send a team to Tokyo this summer and request a 1-year postponement of the Tokyo 2020 Olympic and Paralympic Games.
This post received a score of 35,743, with an upvote ratio of 96%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
Just wait, every smart country on this planet will follow suit.
Canada just got the gold in this race.
I really am glad to be a Canadian right now. I felt like in all the madness we are doing the best we can.
Greater than we are doing the best we can. These response plans have been in the works for years, which is why it seems like there's a plan. There is one. It might seem a little slow on the reaction, but they've probably got a set threshold for enacting each step of the response plan.
Do you have a source for this? Just interested in checking this out in more detail.
There is a federal plan and provincial plans listed here. They had assumed it would be a flu, but everything else is pretty much the same. After SARS, my small organization, like many others, did up an organizational pandemic plan.
Yep, that'll kill it. I expect the Americans to pull out next, followed by a bunch of European countries. By the end of today it will be cancelled. First time since World War II. But it's still the best course to take.
Japan will have to cancel twice. Once because they started a massive war in Asia and the international community wasn't happy with them. This time it's not really the fault.
Silly Japan, don't they know never to start a land war in Asia? Next they'll probably go after Italy with death on the line. Lol.
Inconceivable.
No one should ever enter into a battle of wits with the Grand Nagus.
QUAAAAAAARK.
Good for us and our athletes. So is Canada the first country to do this?
Yes. Someone has to lead the world.
I didn't catch the whole news piece last night, so I could be wrong, but Australian athletes were told they weren't going anywhere.
We the North Canada.
We're kind and hardy people, we can do it.
Wait, the Olympics haven't been cancelled.
The IOC is playing chicken with Tokyo. Both want to avoid being the organization that cancels the Olympics.
Japan needs to publicly call on the IOC to postpone the event. Get out ahead, make it seem like it's solely in IOC hands in the media.
I think they fear the backlash that Japan will not be selected as a host country for the next 500 years. I don't think they've got to worry about that. The IOC is desperate for host countries these days.
Hosting the Olympics is lucrative, like selling knives for Cutco.
I hope, for everyone's sake, the Olympics get postponed a year, if not two. Postponing till 2022 would be a very good idea, and having both the Summer and Winter Olympics in the same year is how they used to do it up until after the 1992 Olympics. It'll just be a great year for sport, and then we'll return to the regular schedule. I saved money and vacation time for 2.5 years to do this trip.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.